Hi, I'm Alex Glenn. I'm a senior Datadog engineer here at RapDev.
And I'm Dan Roy, also a senior engineer here at RapDev.
And we're here to talk today about Datadog Optimization. So when customers often come in and we want to improve how our tagging strategy works, we want to improve how our monitoring works, how our dashboards are being used. We have dashboard bloat, we have monitor bloat, we also have licensing cost bloat. Even though Datadog is priced very well and licensing explained very well, customers still wind up accidentally, ingesting hundreds of millions of debug logs and just doing little things that cause eventual little bits to add up over time. One of the big questions we get a lot is how do we reduce and optimize those pain points?
So what RapDev will end up doing is we end up coming in and doing a full review, a discovery period, where we'll go through the Datadog environment and check to see what things off the bat we can look at and change and put in place to make it easier for your Datadog environment to be used. Typically, the first thing that we'll do is start talking about a tagging strategy. Tagging is one of the most important parts of Datadog, and making sure that you have the right tagging strategy in place, making sure that you can utilize that across all of the different products that Datadog does, is sort of the foundation for the remainder of the optimization project.
Yeah, you say foundation, and that can't be overemphasized enough with how important a tagging strategy is. If you don't have tags, you can't do monitors well, you can't do dashboards well, you can't do APM well, you can't do logs well. Tags are a trickle up. Where we really love to do is we love to reevaluate, we love to push them on why did you choose this value, why did you go this way, does it make business sense, does it make sense for you, are you using this tag? Because you don't want your tagging collection to be huge, but you don't want it to be too small either. So you want to hit that sweet Goldilocks zone of having tags that have business value, but tags that also have data view value as well. But we look a lot at things like integrations and just data agent features. So we want to see, are there what integrations are being enabled? Are you missing things like advanced features like single-step APM or PM to log linking? We often find that there are a lot of advanced features that just customers aren't aware of that really enhance your overall Datadog experience.
Yeah, and sometimes it also helps when a customer gets insight from a third party where they might be utilizing synthetics, thinking that they need to have that external validation when they could just be looking at a single host, looking at a single application, and understanding that there could be a different integration that does that natively on the agent that would end up saving you the cost of the synthetic, being able to allow you to move that licensing, moving that cost of doing a synthetic to a different application or doing something deeper with another synthetic.
I think that architecture cannot be understated, how much we spend optimizing that in an average engagement just to make sure everything's up and ready to go. And I think that also ties a lot into APM as well, where we need to make sure things like how are you collecting all your APM data? Does that data look right? Is the service name displaying correctly, or is it human readable, or is it just a random string of numbers that don't make sense? What do your facets look like? Do you have facets and measures? Have you just created a bunch of them and they just don't really make any business sense, or are you not using that feature at all, and do we need to start leveraging that? A lot of people aren't aware that you can use facets and measures to graph APM data and to make different views similar to how you would with tags.
One of the biggest things that we like to see our customers do is get the most out of their logging. And sometimes it'll be that a developer will enable debug logging. We find it time and time again where it'll get enabled and it's not best practice. We like to go in there and make sure that we're not allowing logs that just create noise from taking up what ends up could be a lot of cost for the customer. We also like to go through and check their indexing and make sure that they understand how their indexing works, how archiving works, so in case the customer then wants to go back and gather any logs, they don't have to retain them for as long.
Just general log configuration is an area that I think we find a lot of value in, and we contribute a lot of value in, especially with stuff like log pipelines, with non-standard logs. We've had customers where they've asked us to turn a log into a full-on business transaction where they can track, say, users going into a store or items barcode scanned, and then create metrics and graphs off of that. And we can leverage a lot of those with tools like indexes and pipelines to categorize and basically turn that bit of text into something that's super valuable for that customer. The reason why customers pick us for their optimization is because we have that experience. We've pretty much been around the block a few times with Datadog. And Datadog is a very easy to pick up tool and very easy to use tool, but there's a lot of hidden depth to it. And we have experience with that kind of hidden depth, those hidden features, those little things they can do to make your overall Datadog environment that much better. And that really is where our value add is. Like if you know how to use these tools correctly, like we do at RapDev, we can really enhance and accelerate a customer's ability to get more value out of Datadog.